Y'all came out with a sweeping win in weekend play. Just talk about the team's performance here late in conference play.
I'll tell you what, these past two matches, we competed at a really high level. Actually, the last three matches, the A&M International match last weekend, and then coming into this weekend, and we knew that we had to raise that level a little bit, and I pushed him hard during the week in practice to really focused on competing, and what that means, and what I think it means versus what they think it means. Competing is not just about winning; it's about winning every point, or trying to win every point. And so I feel pretty good going into this weekend about the level that we're competing at, and we just got to maintain that, I think.
Y'all are closing out the LSC regular season this weekend on the road, taking on DBU at first. They're sitting right behind y'all in the standings, keeping that top three tightly locked. What do the Bells really need to keep an eye on with that DBU team?
Well, they have some really talented players. They're really effective scoring on the left, and they play good defense. If you look at the numbers in the conference, DBU and Angelo State are kind of 1-2 in a lot of categories. So I think that they're a tough team to stop. It's in their gym. It's going to be a tough environment. So I just think we've got to maintain our focus and focus. Really try to handle our side as best as possible, but knowing that they're gonna come at us guns blazing, and we got to do the same right back at them.
And then my last question: the final game heading east to UT Tyler, a team that's kind of been up and down all season. How do y'all keep things rolling and in conference play with the win?
Well, they have some really talented younger players. And so that makes them just a little unpredictable. That kind of leads into some of those matches. But if they're on, they're on, and they're as good as anybody in the league. And it's another tough place to play. It's a big open space. They usually have a great crowd there. And so this is a tough weekend to finish off on. But I think it helps us. Going into conference tournament next week, playing some, really our last 6 matches are all against 5 out of those 6 are against really high level teams. I think it helps us raise our level going into postseason play. So I probably wouldn't change it at all.
Coach, how important is it for y'all to be aggressive on the offensive side with your serves and whatnot in this first matchup on the road this weekend?
Well, serving definitely sets the tone for every match. If we come out and we're serving high, fluffy, easy balls, it's going to give the opponent confidence. And we want to apply pressure in that position, and that's the key. I think that's one of the reasons why the Kingsville match went the way it went, because they came out and they served bullets and they set the tone early, and we didn't respond. So I think to answer your question, that sets the tone for the whole match. We come out, if we're serving tough, it makes it hard for the other team. It makes defense easier. That's kind of the key to really most teams' victory.
In these final 2 Lone Star Conference matchups, headed into the postseason, I know that the goal, of course, is to win, but how important is it for confidence levels headed in against these high-level opponents, to get you ready for the conference tournament?
Well, I think there's a lot on the line, besides beyond conference. Regional rankings will come out in actual rank this week. We were one last week because it was alphabetical. That's the best rank ever, But, these are all teams that are going to vie for postseason berths beyond our conference tournament, So for us to come into it, we've got to maintain a high level, a high standard of play, and take that with us. You drop some of these matches, now there's questions, amongst your team. So we've got to come in focused and ready to compete so that we can take it through the conference tournament. We can take it into a regional should we get into one, So I think they're critical for us to come out and play aggressively and play the way we want.
Coach, I want to ask about Maddie Parrish, especially defensively. She led the team in digs this past weekend. Is there anything in particular that she did that kind of, that she stepped up defensively? I know she's been a little shaky to start the year, but is there anything defensively that she's done?
Maddie is probably one of the most fun and challenging players on our team. She just has a really high volleyball IQ, and she made just flat out made plays for us this weekend. Kept the ball alive, kept us scrambling, able to scramble, just finding a way to keep the ball alive so that her teammates can score, and it was probably one of her best defensive efforts all year. And I just think that she's figuring it out, as a freshman, there's so much to learn, and not a lot of time to learn it. And I think that, she's she's on the hot seat a lot, you know, because she's playing a pretty important role for us. But I think that she's getting more comfortable with it, and we're, you know, as a team, we're gaining more confidence in her, and she's gaining more confidence in herself, which is a great time of the year for that to happen.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
See you.